This is my time, my grind. Promise I'ma do what's right. Open eyes, see the sign. Now I give it all I got. This is not what you think. This is nowhere near a game to me. It's the air that I breathe in my wildest dreams. Seems out of reach and a little far from my grams. Times past used to fall on my ass.
Welcome back to the newest episode of the Wrestling Room of Doom. Anyway, thank you for joining me once again. Yeah, I sound like Michael Buffer, the announcer or something. Anyway, I just had a few things I wanted to talk about. I haven't made a video for quite a while. I thought I'd make one real quick. Made one earlier. Had trouble uploading and editing it, and then it got screwed up in the process, and I'm basically reshooting this whole thing. Oh, check out the shirt I'm wearing today. Check this one out. Little Lex Luger pec flex. Anyway, Sattermania, baby. Biggest Hulk Hogan fan there is out there, besides myself. No, he's got everything. He knows Hulk personally. Hulk's been to his house. How awesome is that? Anyway, besides the point, I was on the internet earlier, just looking up stuff while I was catching up on this week's wrestling stuff. Watched a little bit of Paragon Pro Wrestling on the Fight TV app for the phone that I stream through my Roku. If you don't have that, check that app out. It's awesome. You can check out all kinds of local indie wrestling. It's freaking awesome. Speaking of indie wrestling, segue. Last night, a couple of the new, fresh WWE employees, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, both had their farewell indie bookings last night. Tommaso was across the Blue Sea somewhere in a different country for his farewell last show before officially WWE a product, which I already kind of thought they were, because I mean, they've been on NXT for quite a bit. Then they were in the Cruiserweight Classic, battling in the first round against each other, which was an awesome show, an awesome match, an awesome episode. Anyway, and Gargano got to close his final match out last night in his hometown of Cleveland, which was awesome. I'll have to hopefully catch that match on YouTube or something eventually. But during his farewell after the match, you know, Stone Cold had drank all of his beers. All of his beers. I don't know if you get that. If you listen to the Jericho podcast, he's always talking about beers. In his Buffalo Wild Wings commercial, beers, wings, football, or food, or whatever it is, beers. But instead of Gargano chugging down beers last night, only in Gargano fashion, he had cans of Ecto Cooler and chugged that down after the match. So how awesome is that? I think that's pretty creative, pretty awesome. It just shows you how the future of wrestling is it's in good hands. Yesterday was my birthday. Anybody give me a happy birthday, I appreciate it. What was I going to say next? Oh, I was watching something on YouTube. Ricky Morton. Still wrestling. You know, the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton. I think the dude's a freaking vampire. I don't get it. It's like 65 plus, maybe 66, 67, somewhere right through there. Pushing it. He's pushing it, still wrestling. He's a freaking vampire. And also, I was reading a thing about Kurt Angle recently did a interview on a radio show, and he was talking about his struggle with alcoholism and his addictions and different things. And one of his addictions, the dude claimed he was up to 65 Vicodin a day. 65! That would be enough to put down a freaking horse! An elephant! That's insane. 10 would be insane. 10 would probably kill a person in one day. But 65, that shows you the freaking tolerance and the pain that some of these pro wrestlers have to put up with. It's insane. yeah, wrestling is scripted. We know who's going to win, or they know who's going to win. They know who's going to lose. But still, taking them shots that they do to the head, to the kicks, the body slams, everything, chair shots. Those guys put up with a lot of pain, and to be tolerable for 65 Vicodin blows my mind. How was he not dead? Luckily, he was able to go to rehab, which he said really didn't help him. The only way he got over it was sitting in his house for 10 days, locked up pretty much, and went through all the withdrawals and everything, and finally that helped him. It helped him get through it and over it, which, man, it takes a man to do, I'm sure. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Walk the Line with the Johnny Cash movie. Remember when he was struggling, trying to go through the withdrawals and stuff to get past all the drugs and alcohol that he was like addicted to? I couldn't imagine. It blows my mind. That was the first thing I thought of was Walk the Line scene when I heard about Angle sitting in his house for 10 days withdrawing from 65 Vicodin. I just can't get over that. What else is in new? I know Ryback recently legally changed his name to Ryback. His name originally, his born name was Ryan Reeves. And he went the legal route like Ultimate Warrior did and legally changed his name to Warrior. Ryback went the same way. Since he's no longer employed by the WWE, the dude needs to make a living, and everybody knows him by the name of Ryback. Which I understand, I get it. I'm not a Ryback fan, never was. But I understand, I get it. The only time I was really a Ryback fan was briefly when he first won the Intercontinental title. I thought he was really thought he was improving, but he quickly just, I don't know. I was done with him not too long after that, but I was starting to kind of get on the bandwagon. I really thought he was improving. What else is going on here? I got a little list, a little cheat sheet. Lucha Underground. I just watched episode 2 of season 3 earlier today. And man, that freaking, what was the name of the match? Son of a gun, I just set my list down. The Weapons of Mass Destruction match, Killshot, and Marty the Moth Martinez. Kind of a dumb name for him. But if you get a chance, look at it. It's on YouTube. That's how I watched it. Weapons of Mass Destruction match. Sounds retarded. It started off and I was like, oh, this is going to be ridiculous. Wow. If it was a WWE match, it would be talked about by millions of fans right now. But unfortunately, Lucha Underground don't have a huge following. They got a following. Wrestling fans do watch it, and they do have a following. Nothing like the WWE, though, but if you get a chance, go check it out. Unbelievable. It was just a war. And that kind of brings me to something. It was a fun match. Not a lot of, there was wrestling, but, you hear Weapons of Mass Destruction. There was all kinds of crap in that match. They used all kinds of weapons. They made it fun. And that's what I wanted to talk about. Wrestling being fun again. Wrestling being fun. Wrestling was fun to watch in, the Attitude Era. But it was, I want the fun stuff from like the 80s. Land of 1,000 Dances. That was fun. I want to see fun stuff like that. Like the wrestlers making music videos, cheesy music videos, and just having fun. I think that's the big success right now with TNA and the Broken Matt Hardy stuff. It's so insane. It's fun, and that's what people want to see. That's what brought me back to watching TNA. Broken Matt Hardy. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Fun is good to watch. Not always strictly wrestling moves and wrestling, which I do love. That's one thing I love about Ring of Honor. A lot of wrestling. But have that perfect mix of wrestling and show. And that's what a lot of the products are lacking today. A lot of the products have the wrestling, but no show. And a lot of the stuff has show and not a lot of wrestling. If we can just combine those two, will have kind of like what the Attitude Era was about, but I hate harping on Attitude Era because if you didn't live through it, if you didn't appreciate the Attitude Era, you missed out. It was great. They pushed the line and the limit a lot on things, which is hard to watch now. I can understand me being a kid and like parents not wanting to watch that or want their kids to watch it. I understand. I'm a dad now. I get it. But have fun. You don't have to do all the risque stuff, all the cursing, everything. Have fun. Have stuff for the kids. Have stuff for the adults. That's what I want. If we could just mix like 3 or 4 of the wrestling shows that I watched all together, it would be perfect. That's all I have to say. Hopefully you guys like this episode 5, not 4, 5. Booker T, sucker. Have a good day. Have a wonderful weekend. I will see you guys soon. What you gonna do, brother? What you gonna do?